Imagine a vast green plain in England. The wind whispers across the grass, and there, standing against the sky, is a circle of giants. Not living giants, but giants of stone. Massive, silent, and impossibly old. This is Stonehenge. For thousands of years, these stones have guarded their secrets. They've watched civilizations rise and fall. They've seen the stars wheel overhead night after night, century after century. What were they for? Who built them? And how, in a time before our modern machines, did they move these colossal stones into place? These questions are not just about history, they are about us. They are about our connection to the cosmos. We look at Stonehenge and we see a puzzle. A magnificent, mystifying puzzle left for us by our ancestors. Was it a temple for ancient rituals? A burial ground for kings and queens? Or was it something more? Something that connected the people on this small blue planet to the grand dance of the universe? Today we're going to dive into two of the most fascinating ideas. One is grounded in the cycles of the sun, the moon, and the seasons. The other takes a leap into the vast, unknown ocean of space. It's a cosmic detective story, and you are invited to join the investigation. Let's meet our two debaters, our two cosmic explorers on this journey. In one corner we have the voice of celestial mechanics and ancient astronomy. This perspective sees Stonehenge as a masterpiece of human intellect. And in the other corner, a theory that is a little more out there. So, which is it? An ancient clock or an alien beacon? Let the cosmic debate begin. Hello, cosmic travelers. I'm here to argue for the power of the human mind. I believe Stonehenge is one of humanity's greatest early achievements in science. It's a calendar, not a paper calendar you hang on your wall, but a monumental stone calendar built to last for eternity. For ancient people, knowing the seasons was a matter of life and death. When should you plant your crops? When would the coldest days of winter arrive? When would the long, warm days of summer return? The sun was their guide. Its path across the sky was their clock and their calendar. These ancient builders were meticulous observers. They watched the sunrise and sunset every single day. They noticed that the sun's position on the horizon shifted. It moves north in the summer and south in the winter. They marked these extreme points: the longest day of the year, the summer solstice; the shortest day, the winter solstice. Stonehenge is perfectly aligned to capture these moments. On the summer solstice, the sun rises directly over a specific stone outside the main circle, known as the heel stone. It's like a giant alarm clock set by the universe itself, telling everyone, summer is here. This wasn't just about farming, it was about order, it was about understanding their world. In a time of superstition and uncertainty, knowing that the sun would always return to its place must have been incredibly powerful. It gave them a sense of control, a sense of belonging in the cosmos. The entire structure, with its circles and archways, acts like a giant celestial calculator. Different stones and openings align with various positions of the sun and even the moon. It's a beautiful, elegant system that shows a deep, sophisticated knowledge of astronomy. It's a clockwork made of stone, powered by the Earth's own journey around the sun. So, when you look at those stones, don't just see heavy rocks. See a library of astronomical knowledge. See the work of brilliant scientists who lived 5,000 years ago. They had the greatest teacher of all, the sky above them.
Hold on a second, my friend. A calendar? That's a wonderful story, but doesn't it feel a little small? We're talking about stones weighing up to 40 tons, moved over incredible distances. All that work just to know when to plant some vegetables? Think bigger, much bigger. I'm on Team Extraterrestrial. Open your mind to a more cosmic possibility. What if Stonehenge wasn't built for us to look out, but for someone else to look down? A giant "You Are Here" sign for visitors from another planet. A landmark for interstellar tourists. The sheer scale. The largest sarsen stones were dragged from over 20 miles away. The smaller blue stones, from the Preseli Hills in Wales, nearly 150 miles away. How did a Neolithic society, with only primitive tools, manage such a feat? It's a logistical nightmare even with today's technology. Is it really so far-fetched to imagine they had some help? Perhaps a little nudge from a civilization that had mastered levitation, anti-gravity. Maybe a visiting starship provided the heavy lifting, showing our ancestors how to work with these massive materials. Why this specific spot? The area around Stonehenge is rich with strange magnetic anomalies. Visitors say their electronic devices act funny when they get close. Could these anomalies be a side effect of ancient alien tech buried beneath the stones? Maybe the site was chosen for a unique energy signature detectable from space. A beacon, not of light, but of energy. Not a simple landing pad like an airport runway. A sophisticated marker on a planetary grid for advanced navigators. So why would they do it? Why would an advanced race help primitive humans build a stone circle? Maybe a social experiment, or an art installation, or a gift. A way to jumpstart our understanding of the cosmos, to point us toward the stars and say, you are not alone. Stonehenge isn't just a human story. It might be the first chapter in an interstellar one. Isn't that a more exciting possibility?
Ah, the solstices. My friend, you see a calibration tool. I see the beating heart of a human culture. The solar alignment is the single most provable fact about Stonehenge. It's not a theory, it's an observable reality. Every year, on June 21st, thousands of people gather to witness it. As the sun peaks over the horizon, its first rays shine directly through the main axis, illuminating the center. This isn't a coincidence, it's the entire point. It's the grand finale of a year of celestial observation, a moment of profound connection between the Earth and its star. This alignment wasn't just for show, it was a deeply spiritual event. For ancient people, the sun was a deity, a source of life and power. The winter solstice, the shortest day, was a time of fear. Would the light ever return? The monument, aligned to the winter solstice sunset, created a sacred space to wait and watch. When the days started getting longer again, it was a time for immense celebration. Stonehenge was the stage for these powerful human dramas. It was a place where people gathered to reaffirm their bond with nature and the cosmic cycles that governed their lives. But it's not just the sun. More recent research suggests that Stonehenge was also a lunar observatory. The 56 pits that form a circle around the monument, known as the Aubrey Holes, might have been used to predict lunar eclipses. This is a far more complex calculation than just tracking the sun. It requires decades of careful observation and a sophisticated understanding of the moon's 18.6-year cycle. If this is true, it elevates the builders of Stonehenge from simple farmers to masterful astronomers. They weren't just watching the sky, they were decoding its complex hidden patterns. So yes, the stones are aligned, but they are aligned with a precision that speaks to human genius, not alien technology. An alien race with interstellar travel could surely build something more obvious than a rock circle that aligns with a local star. Why not a giant pyramid of glowing crystal? Why not something that broadcasts its message across the galaxy? The beauty of the solstice alignment is its subtlety and its connection to our world. It's a message built with the materials of Earth, to be read by the light of our own sun. It's a profoundly human story. The stones were built to change how people felt, not to guide a spaceship.
Human genius? I see a human impossibility. And the blue stones are my exhibit A. My friend talks about the sun, but let's talk about the rocks, specifically the smaller blue stones. They are geologically unique, traced back to one specific location, the Preseli Hills in Wales. That's a journey of about 150 miles, over land and sea. Each stone weighs between 2 tons and 5 tons. That's like moving a family car, without wheels, over a mountain range. Historians suggest they were moved on wooden rollers and rafts. Can you imagine the effort? The manpower? The sheer, back-breaking labor for generations? Now let's consider a different scenario, an alien delivery service. Imagine a scout ship from a distant star system. They identify these unique, perhaps magnetically resonant blue stones as perfect markers. With their advanced technology, moving these stones isn't a challenge, it's a simple task. They could have been airlifted, tractor-beamed, or teleported into place in a matter of hours, not centuries. The legend of Merlin the magician flying the stones from Ireland could be a distorted folk memory of this very event. But why those specific stones? The blue stones are known to have unusual acoustic properties. When you strike them, some of them ring like a bell. They are literally ringing rocks. Perhaps this wasn't about what they looked like, but what they could do. Maybe they were part of a giant sonic device, a communication array designed to send a signal, not through light, but through vibration or sound. A message that could resonate through the planet itself. An alien race might have technology that operates on frequencies we can't even imagine, and these stones were the perfect transmitters or receivers. So, while my friend sees a story of human struggle and perseverance, I see a clue that points to a technological shortcut. The The bluestone puzzle isn't a testament to human strength. It's evidence of an external influence. Why would humans go to such an insane amount of trouble for some smaller, ringing rocks when they had giant sarsen stones much closer? It doesn't add up. Unless, of course, the choice wasn't entirely theirs. The bluestones were chosen for a purpose we don't yet understand, and they were put in place by a power far beyond our own.
A technological shortcut? I think you're underestimating our ancestors. You see an impossibility. I see incredible human ingenuity. The builders of Stonehenge were not primitive brutes. They were organized, intelligent, and resourceful. They lived in a complex society. Just a few miles from Stonehenge, archaeologists discovered Durrington Walls, a massive settlement with hundreds of houses. This was likely the village where the builders lived. We've found evidence of huge feasts, with animal bones from all over Britain suggesting people traveled far and wide to participate in this monumental project. It was a communal effort, a Neolithic version of the Apollo program. How did they move the stones? Slowly and cleverly. For the Sarsens, they likely used a system of sledges running on greased wooden tracks. It would have taken hundreds of people pulling in unison, inching the stones across the landscape. For the bluestones from Wales, overland sledges, water transport, loading the stones onto rafts to navigate rivers and the coast. It wasn't fast and it wasn't easy, but it was absolutely possible. We have evidence from other cultures, like the Polynesians who moved the giant Moai statues on Easter Island, that so-called primitive people could achieve incredible engineering feats. Look at the craftsmanship. The stones aren't just plopped down, they were shaped and fitted together with incredible precision. They used a mortise and tenon system, the same kind of joint used in woodworking, to secure the horizontal lintels on top of the uprights. They even carved the lintels with a slight curve to maintain the illusion of a perfect circle when viewed from the ground. This is sophisticated architectural design. It shows a deep understanding of materials, geometry, and even optical illusions. This isn't the work of someone just following an alien blueprint. It's the work of master craftspeople taking immense pride in their creation. So when you ask who the builders were, the answer is right there in the archaeological record. They were us. They were our ancestors. They were farmers, engineers, astronomers, and leaders who came together for a shared purpose. They dedicated their lives, and likely the lives of their children and grandchildren, to building this magnificent monument. Stonehenge is not a monument to alien visitors. It is a monument to the limitless potential of human cooperation, intelligence, and the enduring desire to leave a mark on the world that will last forever. Human cooperation is one thing, but what was the goal? You mentioned the ringing bluestones. I agree they're fascinating. But you hear an alien communicator, I hear a sacred instrument. Imagine a ritual at Stonehenge. The sun is setting, smoke drifts from fires. Priests strike the stones, elders strike the stones. A wave of sound washes over the crowd, a chorus of ringing bell-like tones. This wasn't to call starships, it was to call spirits. Gods. The deepest parts of the human soul. Archaeoacoustics in action. The circle's shape creates a unique soundscape. Modern studies show remarkable acoustic properties. It amplifies sounds inside the circle. Speech, music. It blocks outside noise, creating an intimate, sacred space, a natural cathedral of sound. Builders may not have known the physics, but they knew the effect. A powerful, immersive, trance-inducing experience. Magnetic anomalies are interesting, but do they mean alien tech? Many cultures built on special geological sites, they read those energy fields as spiritual, a thin veil between worlds, a place of power, a deep intuitive connection to Earth, ancient geomancy rediscovered. The echoes in the stones are not interstellar pings, they're echoes of human ritual, chanting, music, voices raised in celebration or prayer, a community making sense of the universe through ceremony. The technology was human, ritual, music, architecture. Together they created profound psychological and spiritual effects. The stones were built to change how people felt, not to guide a spaceship.
Changing how people felt, or guiding them to a specific spot. My friend, you are focusing too much on the circle itself. You need to zoom out. Stonehenge is not an isolated object. It is the centerpiece of a vast, ancient, and incredibly complex landscape. The entire area for miles around is dotted with other monuments, smaller henges, long barrows, burial mounds, the cursus. The Stonehenge cursus is a massive rectangular earthwork, nearly 2 miles long, built even before the main stone circle. Some say a ceremonial pathway. I say it looks an awful lot like a runway. Think of it as a cosmic airport complex.
So, here we are, back where we started, standing before these silent, magnificent stones. I've laid out my case. I believe Stonehenge is the ultimate expression of human potential in the ancient world. It's a story of science, of community, of a deep connection to the earth and the sky. Our ancestors were not passive recipients of alien knowledge. They were active explorers of their universe. They looked up at the sun, the moon, the stars. They found their place among them. They built a clockwork of stone to honor the cycles of time that gave their lives meaning. For me, that story is more powerful and more inspiring than any tale of little green men. It's a story about us.
And I've presented my case for a grander, more cosmic vision. I believe the clues point to something beyond our world. The impossible logistics of moving the stones, the peculiar choice of the ringing blue stones, the magnetic anomalies, the vast, engineered landscape. They all hint at a helping hand from the stars. It's a story that expands our universe, that suggests we have been part of a galactic community for far longer than we imagine. It doesn't diminish humanity, it elevates us. It makes us the species that was chosen for first contact. For me, the idea that we are not alone and never have been is the most exciting thought of all.
The truth is, no one knows for sure. Stonehenge holds its secrets well. It's a 5,000-year-old mystery and its stones don't talk. They only invite us to wonder. Was it a temple to the sun, a masterpiece of human astronomy, or was it a beacon for starships, a welcome mat for the universe? Perhaps the truth is something in between, something we haven't even dreamed of yet. The lack of a final answer is what makes Stonehenge so captivating. It's a cosmic ink blot test. What you see in it says as much about you as it does about the stones themselves. So now the question passes to you. Look at the evidence. Listen to the stories. What do you believe? Are you on Team Timekeeper, celebrating the genius of our ancient ancestors?
Or are you on Team Extraterrestrial, looking for our place in a wider cosmic neighborhood?
There is no right or wrong answer. There is only the journey of discovery, the thrill of the question, and the magnificent, enduring mystery of the giants on the plain.
The universe is full of wonders.
And some of them, it seems, are right here on Earth.